So as some of you may or may not know, me and my buddy Sean over at Sean Plays Guitar, we like to try to do a rather consistent live stream show called OnlyFrets every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. So make sure you're subscribed to both of our channels if you want to check that out. We talk all things guitar. Shameless plug aside, I've been trying to kind of incorporate the best setup that I possibly can when doing these live streams. So I used to set up a big table, pull out my laptop, my own little audio interface that I had, like the whole shebang, and it just got kind of convoluted and, complicated. And it got rather messy. So I decided to move it to my desktop, which has worked out fine thus far, but there's still one thing lacking that I did try with my old setup that was, again, contributing to the convoluted problem that I've tried to rectify, which today I hope to try and do that for this week's show and every show in the future. So make sure you're subscribed to check out all those. And that problem is having a dedicated pedal board for the show, right? So I do have my mainstay pedal board that I have in my Blackstar HT5 over there. So it's the pedal board we all have in front of our amp that we use when we practice and play and all that kind of stuff. But to move that thing over to my setup and just move it back and forth, I'm too lazy for that. I'll just be honest with you. So when my friends over at Strich reached out and said, hey, do you want to try our powered pedal board? I got to thinking, that's the solution to my problem, is to have a separate, smaller pedal board. Because as you can see from the size of the box, it's not a huge thing, so it won't take up a lot of space. I don't have a whole lot of pedals and stuff that go into the live stream, just something to get a good guitar sound out of. So I figured, you know what? This is the answer to my prayers right here. Not that I'm praying for it, but you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and unbox the Strich powered pedal board, see what's inside, and see if it really is the solution to my problems. And as always, link to the product is down there in the description. They did send this out, as I mentioned before, so thank you very much, Strich. Make sure you check the link in the description. So I see in the box here, we have a nice little carrying bag here, which is cool. It says Strich right on the front. It's a really nice little bag. So we're going to unzip it and see what's inside. I'm hoping it's a powered pedal board. All right, so we do have the power supply right here in its own box. A rather crumpled, disheveled manual here, but it works. You can still read it. And then perfectly, I told you it was a small pedal board. On the back here, it is powered, and they're all rated differently to accommodate the appropriate power that whatever you're trying to power needs. So the first 5 are 9 volt, 100 milliamp. Then you have number 6, which is a 300, a 700. Then on number 8, you have a 12 volt out, which is 500. And then on number 9, you have an 18 volt out. That's also 500. And then you have a 5 volt, 800 milliamp USB out. So, you can power a lot of things with just this little pedal board. So powered pedal boards, I've said it before, they're extremely useful to have, great to have in the studio, awesome to have on stage. And if you need something that's light and compact and you don't have a lot of pedals, I'm not a big pedal user myself, but it's always nice to have a small one on hand just in case. And this is an old school Velcro one, which is what all that white is. That's your Velcro strips, which normally I'm not a big fan of Velcro, but in this application where it's pretty much going to be, I'm going to stick something on there and keep it on there. I'm not going to be changing things out of this a lot. This is perfect. And it's a sturdy metal frame, so obviously it will last through your various gigs at your local dive bars. So what am I going to put on this little pedal board? Well, again, I'm going to keep it very, very simple, and this is going to be my live streaming pedal board. So it'll be at my feet. I can change tones on the fly, which is something I won't have to reach over and press with my hand. I can just do it all like you should be able to do with a pedal. All right, so here is my fully put together Strich. By the way, this is called the Mini 15 Combo FX1 is what this is called. So here's my fully together Strich Mini 15 pedal board. And again, this will be my new live streaming pedal board. So I have it set up for just that purpose. I have the Joyo preamp house right here, which is just like an amp in a box type deal. It's got a built-in cab on it and all that kind of stuff. 9 different amp models, 3 band EQ. So fully controllable all from here. 2 channels. Really, really nice to have for something like that. Really nice, quick, and easy. It's even got an effects loop in it, which is really cool. And I have a video on all of this stuff if you want to check it out. But just in case I want to bypass that IR, I have the Sonic Cake IR pedal right next to it. So I can load my own IRs into this pedal via USB-C in my computer. And then I can have all those extra IR sounds available to me via my live stream right at the touch of a finger or foot, toe, whatever in that case. And then in case I don't want to use any of that, I have a couple of backups here. So I have my Donner Pocket Go, which is like a multi-effects pedal kind of thing. Got all in one trick pony. This doesn't need to be powered via 9-volt power or anything. It is battery powered, so I can just flip it on and it will turn on, as you can see there. And it does have an in and out, so I can run it into my interface and run it just like normal. So that's really cool to have, but again, I can charge it, so if it dies, I can run a USB out here and charge it, which is really nice. Same thing for the Sonic Cake Pocket Master down here. Now this one's kind of like the Mac Daddy of the portable multi-effects things here. The Pocket Master, I don't want to call it legendary, but it is really, really cool. I think everybody should absolutely have one of these on their pedal board somewhere or just in their arsenal because they are super, super cool. And again, kind of just as a backup, or if I want like more palettes of tones and things like that, want some extra effects on there, I can just run the in or the out through the back there. They're all obviously Velcroed on there, so I can just easily remove them if I want to change anything, add things to it. Because again, with the effects loop of the Joyo preamp house, if I wanted to take some of these off and run some like, you know, onboard reverbs or delays or anything like that, I can do that nice and easily because I still have a full strip of Velcro even after using it on these pedals. So that's really, really cool too. And again, it's built nice and sturdily, and this thing's going to live probably under my desk so I can have it all available to me. And everything was easy, and it looks like it'll power on nice. And yeah, like I said, plug everything in back here, run it all, and that's really all you can say about a powered pedal board. So with that being said, again, there are links in the description if you want to go and pick one of these up for yourself. I don't know if I have a discount code as of yet, but if I do, it will be down there in the description. You can save yourself a little bit of money. If not, these things are already very affordable and they're very well made. And as you can see, they can fit quite a bit on there. I do still have a couple of little spaces that I could probably squeeze something in there if I really wanted to. So rather big units on here, but it is what it is. It's necessary for a successful live stream. So again, if you want to tune into that live stream every Thursday, OnlyFrets on my channel and Sean Plays Guitar, you can check that out. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We try to stream every Thursday, but sometimes life happens, so make sure you stick around for that. In the meantime, thank you, Strich, for sending out the Mini 15 Combo FX1 powered pedal board. Check it out in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next video.